But really, when it comes to photography, when it comes to commercial photography, it's the creativeness all comes from you. You could easily have a studio that's capable of doing a lot of the shots that I had shown in a small room. You don't need a very big space at all. A lot of that stuff was done off of a table that was about this big, using various different materials like reflective acrylics and things like that. But really, when it comes to photography, when it comes to commercial photography, it's the creativeness all comes from you. You need to be able to imagine that image, and usually what I'll do is I'll draw out kind of the general idea of what it is I want to do, so I can start figuring out where the light placement needs to go. Then as I start doing it, start building out the light placement and moving things around and tweaking them, as I capture the photos, which is all going into the iPad, so I'm able to see it and really tweak out the photos. But again, you don't need these giant spaces. You don't need some fancy, perfectly white room. You can get those images using lower end ones. As I said, these Godox MS300s, they're perfect strobes for a smaller space. I hope this video was able to help and show you that it's very much within the reach to be able to put together your own studio and start getting more creative. One of my favorite parts of photography is working with lights and with shadows and being able to create that depth and those crazy images just using the simple lights and playing around with the modifiers and starting to learn how they work. And a lot of that for me was self-taught. You get stuff like this and you start playing around with it and you'll start figuring it out. You'll figure out what works. You'll figure out how to create those different gradient lines on reflective objects. It's one of the best parts, and this is very much my sanctuary. This is where I spend a lot of time and I do a lot of my creativeness. Till next time.